Surprise! Impromptu streaming night, not on the schedule. But as you know, internet's been non-existent, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So, in a attempt to make up for time lost, we streaming. Um, so looked over like a bunch of deck lists. Again, looking for like something to kind of play that's a little bit faster. And long story short, I don't have cards. What I do have is a pretty much complete Reno lock, or Highlander Warlock as I keep trying to call it, minus a Dirty Rat, which I don't necessarily know is a bad thing, but I quite like this list. A little bit different from what I was playing yesterday. Yesterday did not have the Leroy package in it, so we weren't really comboing out. I'm going to try the Leroy again. That's what most high-end players are actually running, which pushes me towards thinking it's pretty good. But in general, the combo is pretty good because if we like lose board, we don't care. Against control, it's our win con, and so in theory, it's good in most matchups, like your mid-range and control matchups. So let's jam some games of this. Oh my goodness, chat's already popping off. Parsa. This game is online. I'm playing against real people. Do we not like Leroy? Should I run the budget card that somebody played against me yesterday? Like they didn't even have Leroy. They had like the Rocketeer or something like that. E-Scoop, what's up, my dude? Nice to see you're part of the notification squad. CC40, 5-hour nap is closer to a coma than it is a nap. Zach, surprise, we're making up for some time lost, man. We play in every druid like they're J Druid. And that being said, I don't really think this hand is too incredible. Emperor, in theory, is just like a good card in Warlock. I mean, obviously, like the versions that aren't running Leroy still run it. But the moment that you include Leroy, it's a dead card until you draw 2 combo pieces. And so it kind of is, it's kind of weird how adding the Leroy package in a way makes Emperor worse. So there's some consideration for actually hanging on to the Imp boss because we're going into turn 4, which is swipe turn, right? And so like he could 1-for-1 kind of trade for it. And it makes good use of his mana. Like one theory and just general gameplay is just try to make the turns awkward for your opponent. That being said, this is like the least awkward turn for us. Like if I had Mountain Giant in hand, I would 100% tap on that turn. But we don't. So there's that. Already posting the clips. I don't know, what is that? I can't even. Is that a taco with sunshine in the middle? I have no idea what that is. Oh, loyal. That's not a very loyal thing to say. It's just a taco? What's...
Mind if I roll need?
I question that.
Time waits for no one.
This loot hoarder makes it seem like is the combo druid running like Aviana, and even though we haven't seen a Cthulhu thing, that's kind of what that's what I'm expecting. It could be a Malagos version. So with that being said, we don't necessarily have to hang on to Kazakus until we hit Bram. That also being said, we may actually want to get to combo as fast as possible, which means like Mortal Coil on this guy. And then a tap. There's a combo piece. I am drinking Diet Sundrop. And you guys know, I like to say comments to kind of get a rise out of people. You ready for this one? Sundrop is better than Mountain Dew. Fight me. So, if this is a combo deck, and we're a bit of a combo deck, we basically just want to start putting on pressure,
so many,
which means I'm actually not upset about playing the Kazakas here. So basically, basically we have the opportunity to put on pressure, and so maybe we should. 7 armor could be interesting, like to keep us out of range of like a combo finish. But against this deck, they're not looking for a specific number. Against Freeze Mage, I'm more likely to do it. I think I again want to put on pressure. And let's clear one of his minions that he does end up playing. Again, next turn, 6 mana. Looks like a great turn to play the Emperor, because I have so many cards in hand. But again, there's only one combo piece in hand. We need to draw another one before we can do that.
I wonder.
Parsley, all you gotta do is just like stop wasting all your time watching soccer and use that time to game, man.
I wonder.
Man, that is delicious and better than Mountain Dew. We can't tap. We're already at 10 cards, so we're definitely going to have to play something. And I'm like just okay going face with this. He also, you know, wrote the last turn. Or he's like just conceding or AFK or something.
Your opponent left.
Well, that's interesting. Okay, what do you want from me?
I don't have enough mana.
Zach, I didn't catch the sale in time. I did, after a stream last night, I did get my Steam account back. It turns out my Hotmail account, which is what my Hotmail email, which it's tied to, still exists. And I was able to actually get into that. So, yeah, that's cool. Parsa, the quickest of crash courses. This is Hearthstone. It's a digital card game, and it is turn-based. Each player starts with a mana crystal down here, and you get one every turn. So it builds up over time. Now, expert at hotmail.com may exist, but ooh, that's old. Ooh, that would be like a 16-year-old email or something like that. So you get a mana crystal on each of your turns that allow you, so that builds up over time and allows you to cast spells each turn. Cards, minions. It allows you to cast cards from your hand each turn. So if you look at these cards in the upper left-hand corner, this is how much mana they cost. So for instance, there's no way I can play this card until turn 3. There's no way I can play this card until turn 5 at a minimum. So each player has 30 health. And so, like, as you see here, even though this card is a 1 mana card, I can't actually cast it because what it says is deal 1 mana, deal 1 damage to a minion. If it kills it, draw a card. Well, there were no minions on the board.
Who goes there?
I'm in charge now.
So now there's minions on the board, so in theory, I can cast this card. I'm actually thinking like a... this deck is going to run South Sea Deckhand, so there is some merit to actually Mortal Coiling later. I'm trying to hit a deckhand as opposed to like just a 1/1. The other side of that is tapping's not necessarily good, right? Because lowers our health. Oh, that's not good either.
Job's done.
Hello, Tish. Yeah, we expect a lot of Pirate Shaman. The Versus Syndicate report came out either yesterday or the day before and showed how this aggro Shaman deck is pretty much has the highest win percent in the game.
Who goes there?
I'm feeling very dead soon. So within that parcel, you start getting a kind of meta game. So the deck he's playing is what we would call an aggro deck, very aggressive. I am very dead, by the way. I just can't do anything. Well, I mean, I can kill this guy off with a blood crystal. There it is. So his deck is meant to just go really fast. Just as much damage as fast as possible. However, as you notice, he's losing cards out of his hands. And I actually have a lot of cards in my hand. So if my deck were able to survive long enough, it would just kind of build up value over time to the point where he runs out of resources. I